Well, good morning, friends and family. This is Wander on day 198 of my Appalachian Trail journey. I am here at East Bee Hill Road and fixing to do a 10.1 mile slack pack today. This pack weighs, I think it came in 11 point something pounds, but very light compared to what I've been weighing or carrying. So last year I came out right here. Down there. Came out down there. And this year I'm going back in right here. So that's where the trail will start. And I've got about a 6 mile continuous uphill. Well, not totally continuous, but gradual uphill for the first 6 miles or so, and then up and down till I come back out. So Brother John is right here dropping me off. And with that being said, let me get going and I'll bring you back when I got something to share. Okay, my first road sign. So 10.1 miles is where I'm going today. South Arm Road. All right. It's 5:25 or so. And so this is what the trail looks like. It's a little dark under here, but it looks okay on camera. Starts off with a climb. About a half mile so far. Just wanted to point out the white blazes. This section of the trail so far has been very, very well marked. So I appreciate that. Main trail clubs. All right, I've got to cross this little rocky. Oh, there's a little bit of water flowing down there. Not much to speak of. All right, just cross that. And I don't know if I caught it or not, but the trail has been very well blazed today. So whoever takes care of this section has got it marked very well. So been tons of blazes up to this point. I think see one back under the trees there. I don't see one ahead of me at the moment, but that doesn't mean anything just yet. So anyhow, across that little rocky stream, I think it's supposed to be one of the water sources early on, but wasn't much there. So this is what the trail's been like so far this morning. Pretty much all of it. I mean, there's been some roots, a few rocks like that. Occasional obstacle course, but for the most part it's been like this, just easy. And it's been uphill, still going uphill, but very atypical, as I used to call it. Roots, a few rocks, a lot of nice soft path. So very nice. All right, hopefully this is coming through okay. I've had some issues with recording while I'm walking, but here we got our bog board walk for today. It's kind of elevated, so it's kind of, ooh, that one's a little rickety or rocky. Okay. Alright, let's get off that. I gotta walk all these roots to this one. How's the ground? The ground, well, let's go up on the board. Oops. Great, good time to get a spider web on the face. Ugh. Okay. Alright, got past that. Now just rocks and some mud holes. Kind of slows you down a little bit, but not bad. Okay, here's a little water feature. Not much here, just a little trickle, a couple streamlets coming down here and heading down to there and disappears in the rocks. I've got this descent going on here, but I started noticing look like water reflections off to my right, and so down through there is a place called Surplus Pond. Let me get closer to it as we get to the bottom here before we start climbing again. So had to climb for about 1.5 miles. Now I got to descent for a little bit and then continue going back up again. So it turned a little more rocky, which of course is going to slow me down. All right, let me put you up. Okay, that is Surplus Pond. Okay, road sign. 8.2 miles to go. Okay, doesn't quite look like it much on the camera, I'm sure, but and I haven't mentioned it at all this year, but the Green Tunnel. This is the Appalachian Trail, known as the Green Tunnel. So, let you come along for a little bit here. A little bit of breeze out today, which I don't know how long it's supposed to last, or it's going to be all day. But when you're sweaty, it make you feel a little bit cool. But as long as I'm not exposed out above the trees or an open area, most of the breeze is overhead.
Lap 3, 28:55. Distance 0.25.
Alright, so that last mile I averaged slightly better than 2 miles an hour, which is not bad for mostly uphill. But the trail has been conducive for that kind of hiking today, so up to this point, which is great. But I think the closer I get to the top here, the more steeper and more rocky and rooty the trail's going to be. Okay, almost to the top of this mountain, but it came out to this little viewing spot. So I'd let you share with you guys a little bit here. Got a nice lake down there. Another one off in the distance there. Okay, I guess I am at the top of Wyman Mountain. And so now I've got a descent for a while. And so a little over 4.5 miles for today, which means I've got 5.5 to go. And it's 8 o'clock. So not bad. Hour and a half, really? No, I started at 5:25, so 2.5 hours. Okay, that's more like it. 2 hours and 36 minutes. That's how long I've been on the trail. All right, but made good time so far. The descent's a little slower, but the uphill was very gradual, so it was very, very easy for the most part. Only one section was there any rock scramble, if you will. It only lasted just a few feet, just one little piece. All right, let me put this away and get my both hands going for this descent. Well, there's a sign for water, but there's also some of these gear back there, so I didn't see any water other than a little puddle, so I'll keep going. That was actually a blue blaze mark on that trail going down that way. So it should be a white blaze up this way somewhere. Yeah, and there's a white blaze right there, so we know we're on the right path. Didn't realize I was getting this close, but here's Hall Mountain Lean-To. Okay, white blaze behind me, so I guess we're on the right road. Let's see. Appalachian Trail, Hall Mountain Lean-To. Black Rock Campsite. Well, throw something on that way. This is kind of a primitive lean-to. Head doing a pinch, I suppose. All right. I think I want to go down from here. I don't. That's a blue blaze that way. So let me get the app out and verify which direction I'm headed. Oh, there's a white blaze there, so I think this is going to be going down for a while now. Well, here's a little tiny water feature. I guess if you really needed water, you could put it under there, maybe collect some. Not a lot of flow, but in desperate times it would work. It'd work for you. As it is, there's a river about 8/10 of a mile down the road, and Sawyer Brook or Sawyer Creek or something like that. So I plan on stopping there and topping off the water. So here's a nice little pool of water if you needed some. A little trickle coming down there, but you could scoop right there and get plenty. Heading on down the trail, and there's a little side trail and a sign that says viewpoint. Well, don't think I'll take the time. I don't know how far up there it is. Up there it is. But it's up there out of sight, so I want to get on down the trail. Alright, it's been gone 6 3/4 miles in 4 hours and 18 minutes. So I think it's fairly good time for today. So slack packing and a moderate to easy trail at the beginning has helped my time. Now this last descent has been a bit of a challenge at times. Oh, we got a little stream there. That's got a pretty good flow to it. I'm going to get water here in about half a mile. So I'll see you back then, if not sooner. So came down a little farther past that little stream I just crossed. And now it's just like a real nice walk in the woods. Looks like this used to be an old forest road or something going through there. AT, thank you very much. I'm heading this way. So between the signs and the cairns and the blazes, I think we're on the right path. So I've got maybe 1/10 of a mile or less to the water crossing where I'm going to stop and get water. I just started sipping on my second bottle, and it's, well, not mountain fresh water, put it that way. So hopefully this water up here tastes better. And but I've got less than 3 miles to go, so I don't need a lot of water, but I'll probably get a bottle and a half, maybe drink a half a bottle just to hydrate myself. Oh, dead bird. Robin. What do we got here? We got a picnic table coming up. I guess this is some kind of a campsite of sorts. Maybe that's why the trail got easy all of a sudden, to let the day hikers have an easy trail to come up here. There's a picnic table. I guess you can put a tent up there somewhere if you wanted to. Road sign. Eastby Hill Road, where I came from. Hall Mountain, I came over that. South Arm Road, 2.7 miles. And Moody Mountain, 1.4 miles. That's the top, next high point for the day. And then it's downhill to South Arm Road. All right, I think this is where I want to get water, down here. Let me show you what the river looks like here. Yeah, it's a nice stream. I don't know where the trail. I think maybe it goes up that way. Oh, no. There's a blaze over there. So we'll go that way. But first, let's get some water. Well, I've been doing a bit of climbing after I got water. That was the low point. Now I got to climb up maybe another mile or so to the top of this Moody Mountain before I can head down to the road. This is what I'm climbing up here, this kind of stuff. Got a lot of climbing to do. We got 3 iron rails there to help climb up, but to me it looks like it'd be just easier to walk around. But we're still going up for another, I don't know, 0.7 miles or so. There's another set. I think I'll use these ones. I don't know what these are, but they look kind of interesting. Comes out of that plant there. Only ones I've seen like it. Well, I believe I'm at the top of Moody Mountain. Actually, the marker shows back there a ways, but this is where it topped out at. And now I'm going to head downhill. Huge pine tree of some sort here. I'm sure it's not pine, probably fir or spruce or who knows. I don't know. But it's big. All right. Should have about 1.5 mile, less than 1.5 down to the trailhead where Brother John picked me up. And I got a river crossing before then. Or right at that road. So we'll see how that goes. So come along, let's see what we got. Well, there hasn't been much in the way of vista views today, but just seen a little side path here and it's close. So I thought I'd let you all take a peek and see what's out there. Yeah, it's way down there. Okay, another road sign. Only one I care about is South Arm Road, 0.1 mile. Down that way. All right, 1/10 of a mile. Let's do it. I hear traffic. I also hear what sounds like maybe a rock quarry or something like that. Rocks being handled by equipment and stuff. It's kind of noisy. At first I thought it was maybe a rock slide or something because it looked like rocks over there, but after just continue non-stop and I can hear metal and stuff too, so it's like, okay, it's got to be a rock quarry or some kind. Well, here's the river I got to cross. There's Brother John over there, and let's see, it looks pretty deep off to the side, but maybe I can get on those rocks, make that happen. Maybe I'll bring you along. Let's see how that works.
Okay. Do I go up or down? Let's go down and then up. Just like that. Okay, made it across, feet stay dry, nice river, not totally clear, but good enough for water if you need it. Pretty good sized river really out here. So, that being said, let me get up here to Brother John and finish my day. It would give you a nice climb at the end. All right. All right.
Good luck.
I'm at the road. There's where I go next time, and here's Brother John. So my day is done.